What's up? I'm Patrick and welcome to SW Reacts. Today I'm reacting to oneokrock, I Was King. This was requested by Shicelle as one of her monthly requests included in my Patreon membership. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. She requested this version, which is the official video from the Orchestra Japan tour. So this is the Orchestra version, I think. And obviously I'm very excited for this because I absolutely loved everything I've heard by oneokrock, and I'm always happy to check out another song by them. If you want to be like Shicelle and support me and my channel, you can check out my Buy Me a Coffee page where you can request songs, or you can check out my Patreon where you can find some exclusive content, or like this, you get requests included monthly and some other things. The links are in the description if you're interested. Thank you very much. Before we start, please also leave a like, consider subscribing, and now let's just get into it. Pretty epic beginning.
Raise your hands.
Oh, yeah.
This section is called I Was King. When I was king. When I was king. I was king. We had everything. We said tonight.
Wow.
No going back. Nothing seems right. Stuck in the past. Toma warimo, yorimichimo. Subete no koto ni imi ga atte. Kara no warimo, sono itami mo. When am I gonna stop this dreaming? When I was king,
Oh, yeah.
we had everything. When I was king,
What an atmosphere.
we had everything.
I absolutely got chills again.
Don't wanna go. I'm holding on tight. Something to live for. Make it right now. Yes, you did. When I was king, I was king. We had everything. When I was king, I was king. We had everything. Yeah, I was king.
Oh, yeah. Great transition and a big moment again. Wow. Oh, yeah.
I'll go down, down like lightning. I was king. Let me hear you, Osaka. When am I gonna start living? When am I gonna move on? Sing it.
Nice drum fill, by the way. Wow. I listened to quite a bit of oneokrock by now, and you could think that they can't surprise me anymore, but they can. Wow, this was crazy. I loved this one. Very cool atmosphere. Another great, catchy, like stadium arena rock song, and supported with this orchestra. It's just feeling really grand and epic, while still, again leaning into a pretty emotional sound. It's almost needless to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Taka is doing some crazy work here again. I just love his voice. I love the tone of his voice. I love his delivery. In this one, he's very powerful. He's singing pretty intensely with some softer, vulnerable tones, but mostly pretty strong and emotionally raw, while still being very controlled. He's once again got this grit in his voice, a little raspier delivery. This time there are also a lot of backing vocals that are lifting some parts up and help create this huge atmosphere. I think it was the bridge where also like just the backing vocals, like this group singing started, and then Taka came in with his strong, intense delivery, sounding a little higher than the backing vocals, and just having so much impact, so much punch in his vocals. And that's more or less throughout the song, and pretty much throughout every song I've listened to by them. He's got the ability to create those big climactic moments with his voice. Obviously also with the music, especially in this one. It's just a big instrumentation that's doing a lot, but he still manages to go with that and not get lost in the music or something, because at the end of the day, there's a lot happening here with a big orchestra, with brass instruments, with strings, with the guitars, with some intense drumming, and his voice still has the power to shine through that, and I think that's very impressive. Obviously, because of the orchestra, the whole song has got a pretty cinematic feeling. I think a little bit triumphant maybe, with the big strings. When they play those sustained notes, they're adding a lot of gravity and a big soundscape, but also then some more staccato rhythms to get some movement going in the more rhythmic parts. The brass, I mentioned it briefly, is very cool in this one. Some subtle melodies that sound very epic. Also in the climactic moments, they're there to give even more depth. And I think all in all, the whole arrangement does a great job of building tension and then releasing it in those climaxes. I said it a lot of times that I really love the drumming in oneokrock, and in this one, once again, perfect drumming. I really loved it. I think it was a very cool intro also. First, some deep strings like the bass and or maybe a cello or something starting like a little subtly, and then the intro being this drum intro, kind of setting a tone, creating an atmosphere that's already a little bit tense. And then throughout the song, the drumming is very cool. It's pretty much reflecting each part, being intense in those big climactic moments, driving the song in the more rhythmic parts. Some very cool fills, the use of the toms. Also, by the way, there was one very cool transition, I think, with the bass, where he just did like a slide and then it transitioned in the next huge part. That was very cool. I think the lyrics sound like they're maybe reflecting on the past with this metaphor of when I was king, we had everything, I think they say, kind of talking a bit about nostalgia or the past times where it felt like everything was great and he maybe had power and control, but it's also showing this internal struggle of holding on to that past and of letting go and finding new paths in life and a new purpose and embrace the present and move forward. Then I think the bridge shows some kind of resilience of facing challenges, trying to overcome those struggles, trying to fight those internal struggles. And overall, it seems like maybe, let me know if it's otherwise, a song about personal growth, about letting go of older, maybe even good feelings of a past that was great, but also about new beginnings, about facing the future, finding a new meaning, a new purpose, and living in the present and looking in the future and not just on the past. Thank you so much, Shicelle, for this request. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. I think this is a great song. It's a great orchestral rock song that's very epic, kind of triumphant, almost a little anthemic. Also, by the way, there are a lot of vocals with a lot of backing vocals, which gives this anthemic feeling, this feeling of unity. Maybe the melodies are so catchy, and then it's all lifted up with the orchestra, the strings sounding really big, some amazing brass melodies. It's cinematic and powerful and almost, I don't know, monumental, but still with an emotional weight. Once again, such a great vocal delivery, such a great vocal performance by Taka. Very fitting to the song because it also feels really raw, really intense. The dynamics of the song are great structure, once again, great build-ups, like I said a couple of times now, with huge climactic moments and some amazing tension and release parts. Please let me know what other songs by them I should check out, or if you have any other artists you would like me to react to, please also let me know. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.